All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another live session. And once again, this is Paul McMillan, and it is December 20th, 2021 on a Monday. So let's go ahead and check the news on Forex Factory here, see what we got going on. Okay, looks like there's not that much major news this morning. London session, no major news, and it looks like the Australian dollar will be under some major news in the Asian session. So we are good to go on that. So we're going to trade NAS100 once again. So of course, first step is the market structure from the 15-minute to the 4-hour time frame. So let's go ahead and get that started. Pause this recording until I get there. All right, so now we're at the beginning. Let's go ahead and grab the vertical line here. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mark up market structure using the horizontal lines, and we're going to base that off of institutional levels. And then we're going to draw our supply demand zones after those. All right. So I can see there was a huge imbalance, impulsive move here, a lot of liquidity here. I can see it here as well, a lot of liquidity here that caused price to go up for an impulsive move here, and a lot of imbalance here. I could say that this is probably a good, maybe a good, it is probably good as well. And the next one, I would say, yeah, another one here. Okay. So now I'm going to draw my supply demand zones based off of these. Yellow. And this here. All right, so we got them all drawn up. Now, I'm going to also mark up here as well. Yeah, this is a good one. We'll just take my final one up here. All right, so now pretty much have the 15-minute marked up. So now we're going to go to the 30-minute and do the same exact thing. So you can see we've been marked up all the 30-minute up at this point. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start right up here. I'm going to do the same thing. Let's see, no, that's the 3, yeah. Green line here. This is a good one. Yeah, This is probably a good one. Then put one all the way to the top here. All right. Then I want to mark up my supply demand zones here. All right. So now we did the 30 minute. So now we're going to move on to the 1 minute. 1 hour rather. As you can see, this is where we left off. So this is what we got to mark up to this point. All right. So this is going to be red. So we're going to make these red. All right. So then we're going to draw supply demand zones off of these, make these red so they match with the horizontal line color. Then we're going to move to the 4 hour, see what current price is at. Then we'll go back to the 15 and analyze our sniper entries and then just wait for the opportunity and then see if we can capitalize. All right. So now 1 hour is marked up. Go to the 4 hour here. Now we see where current price is at right here. So now we're going to go back to the 15 minute, see what it's looking like. So it's like I drew these zones a little too close to each other. That's okay, because what I can do is just erase up some of them. So probably erase this one. Yeah, probably that one. Matter of fact, I might even erase this one. Yeah. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah. So we'll deal with that for now. So now we see what price is interacting with these zones perfectly. So we did step one. So then now the very next step for me is to really identify the trend. Okay. So I want to actually kind of zoom in a little bit. Okay. So we could clearly see that price is clearly going into a downtrend. We could see that it interacted with this zone, hit at least 2 to 3 times. So it was probably a liquidity area here. So I could just probably put that here, liquidity area. Looks like there's probably another second entry here. It looks like price is probably ready to drop maybe to this next zone. So price is probably overall bearish at this point. The next thing we want to look for is really the last Harami candle, which I could see here. So they're going to have to mitigate all this imbalance here eventually. Okay. So this is the last Harami candle that I see here. I also kind of see it here as well. So they're probably going to have to maybe medicate. Probably going to have to medicate a little bit of this area, and then they probably might bring it up to fill this area possibly. But this is technically the last Harami candle I see here. They bought it up and then price went down here. So then what we're going to do is we see the Harami candles. We're going to look for price imbalances. Okay. So when I look here, there was another Harami candle that made price go into an impulsive move here. They eventually came back and mitigated all this area here. So my reasoning is that, kind of zoom in just a little bit more here. There we go, that's perfect. So my reasoning is that they'll probably come back and fill 50% of this area and then bring price all the way up until this zone to fill all this imbalance. Because when the banks decided to sell, they did make a massive profit off of these, off of this sell all the way to the bottom here. But there was a lot of buy orders that didn't get filled. So they were also in the negative with that. So they have no choice but to eventually fill these areas in order to not get in trouble and get too much into a negative balance in their bank account. So what I would actually do now is I would actually mark these up as, take profit zones. Maybe make this one a second take profit zone. Okay. So now that I kind of see that, and then also one thing I forgot to do is turn on my higher high and lower low strategy, because I want to see which way price is going to break out, and that's going to determine whether I'm going to buy or sell. So let me actually just put that in place. And this might be a good one. Actually, this might be better, then I'll adjust it later. So then I'm going to make this, let's see, supply zone correct. Correct. So then I'm looking to see which way price breaks, which way. So what I like to do is just draw these lines so that way I'll know exactly which way price is going when it breaks and retests any of these lines. And that helps me to give me confirmation on whether it's going to go for a buy or sell. Now, mind you, when I look to the left here, I really think price is going to trend up, but let me zoom in a little bit more. But if it doesn't, then I'm probably looking for price to drop to this next zone. So I'm going to take this zone out. It's a possibility. So now that we kind of see that, I mean, I don't see any imbalances here that they would probably have to fill, but you just never know. But I would imagine they're probably going to have to fill these first before even hitting this zone once again and then going down. So that's what I'm going to wait for. So now I go on to step 5, and this is why I plan my trades. Now I'll turn on my Dorlean EMA indicator. And I use this indicator as added confirmation after I have figured out my market structure, figured out imbalances in the market that may need to be filled, so on and so forth. And so we get in on the sniper entry when the when the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA. especially if it's below the blue line or above above this blue line up here. That determines whether it's going to buy or sell. We see an EMA cross here, which made price go down, and then we kind of see the yellow crossing the red a little bit here. But if price crosses and breaks and retests this is going to be a solid cross, and then vice versa. If price crosses above here, it's going to be a solid cross for a buy. So it lines up perfectly with my break and retest lines. So that's what I want to see. So given that, this is when I go ahead and bring out my risk to reward tools. Now, in my opinion, I'm thinking price is going to buy up. So if it does, this is going to be my entry point. And then I would probably bring up my stop loss here. And then this imbalance here will probably be a first take profit. I probably would, if I want to get these many pips, I'll probably make this stop loss, let's take profit of the first one, and then this one, the second one. So then this is going to be 750 plus pips. Yep, 750. And then I'll make this my take profit too. And this is like over 1,300 pips. And that's what we'll do. And the stop loss is down here. So that's going to be for a buy. Okay. Now we're going to set one for a sell. Now, if price decides to sell, this is my thought process. I'm thinking, if anything, it would drop, farthest it would drop us to this next zone. I want to actually kind of zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, this is probably better. Yeah, bring it up to here. So I would think that it will probably, yeah, this is better. If anything, it would probably drop to this next zone. Now, price decides to, let me think for a minute. This is probably the closest low ever. The price decides to drop. Probably by the time it gets here, it's going to be a legit cross. So I'll probably just pull this up to here. Then this will be a legit cross if it breaks and retest here. So if that does happen, if it does, then this is going to be my entry point, and I will bring my stop loss down to here. I'll be looking to get 200 pips at the most from this line. So this is about 300. Turn this off here. Yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. First take profit. Set that. 300 is 300. I'll say 350 plus pips. Come on now. Now, and then I will bring TP2. I probably would just put for you know, 1,000 plus pips. We'll do that. Then I'm gonna just set it for that for now. Maybe just bring the zone up to here, like that. So we'll do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set my alarms for my take profit points, and then we're just going to wait for the 9:30 bell. So be right back. All right, so I went ahead and set my alarms for my take profit zone. So what we're going to pretty much do is we're pretty much just going to wait for the 9:30 bell. Something tells me that price possibly might drop down. Maybe they might make it might make price completely oversold. That's a possibility what it might happen, and I see a legit cross here as well. So that might be a sell. But when I kind of look at, you know, I mean, this is a lower low, this is a lower high. It's lower than this previous high. I mean, it's a possibility it might go down, but I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to shoot price up, at least to fill some of these imbalances. I mean, they mitigated at least 50% of this area, and it might send it back down. But I just know that eventually they're going to have to come back and fill all these imbalances, and they might have to make price oversold in order to do that. So we'll see at the 9:30 bell. We have an hour, so we'll be right back. And then once the 9:30 bell hits and we get a solid entry, we'll enter in and see if we can capitalize. So let's see what happens. Be right back. All right, so it's about 9:05. So we have less than 30 minutes. So I went ahead and put in my stop loss and take profit for the buy. Something tells me price is probably going to buy up, possibly. But we'll know for sure at the 9:30 bell. So we'll see, but if price ends up selling, then we'll just put in a stop loss, take profit for the sell, and just go that direction. But we'll know for sure at the 9:30 bell. Do this here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So to give you guys an update, it's 9:12. I can possibly see another cross happening here. So if it passes my break and retest zone and then closes above and pushes up, then I'll probably jump in for a buy. So we'll wait and see what the 9:30 bell says. We have over 15 minutes before that happens. Might go ahead. Trend line here. Something tells me it's going to go bullish. Could be wrong, but I can kind of see that. So we'll see at the 9:30 bell. Save my progress. All right, be right back. So now we have a full cross here. See, the yellow is sticking out. So it might be buying up. We'll know for sure at the 9:30 bell. We'll see. So we have 5 minutes, guys. I can see this candle probably pulling down and maybe filling at 50% of this imbalance. And something tells me right after that, it's probably going to shoot up. I wouldn't be surprised if it does go bullish, but there's always a possibility they could drive price down and make a sell to this zone, which I wouldn't be surprised with that either. Something tells me that they're going to probably drive this price up. So we'll see in about 5 minutes or so, and we'll see. Let's get ready. Another thing to keep in mind as well, I could kind of see a little bit of liquidity in this area as well. So I mean, price might be respecting this as an order block of liquidity level. That could be the case as well, maybe. But if price breaks that liquidity and goes up, then it's definitely going to probably buy up. So we got about 4 minutes. We'll see what happens. All right, so the 9:30 bell has started. Price might be doing a drop. No, it's buying up. Might be pushing up. Okay. See, it's pushing back and forth. So we need to see what price really want to do. I might wait for the next candle. If it starts going down there and breaking retest, and I'll probably adjust my stop loss and take profit. Let me get ready for that just in case the price decides to do that. No, it looks like it's buying up. This was going to start bouncing back and forth. It looks like it's pushing up for a buy. I can kind of see that, but yep. All right, let me see what is going on with this buy. Maybe I might have pushed in a little too quick. Maybe. Hope not, but we'll see. Might have pushed a little too quick. I'm gonna pause this recording, and then once I get in the profit, well, if I do, if not, I might have to adjust my stop loss and take profit. I might have got in too quickly. Might be selling, but we'll see. Be right back. It looks like price is pushing up. If I get to a $12, $13 profit, it was just at 13 a minute ago. Hopefully it goes to that. Zoom is not allowing me to share my phone, but 15, it just went up to 15. Should have got it there, but hold on. There we go, boom, 22.19, boom. Okay, so I made my $19 profit just now, and it's still going up. So let me screenshot this. Bam. So I figured price was going to buy up. Made sense, all this imbalance they got to get. Might go up to this point and then drop down. Go ahead and post this in the group here. Take a picture of this. Might end up hitting our first take profit. We'll see. Wow, it retraced and went down. It went up, so we did smash enough, so I'm glad I got that. I'm gonna post it in the group real quick. Let me pause this recording. All right, guys, so Zoom is not allowing me to share my phone screen, but it looks like price is trying to push up again. But I want to show you proof that I actually earned off of this, so give me a second here. Let me stop my screen share. Go into my messenger. Hold on. All right, so this is proof I made $19 on the smallest lot size here. Price went all the way up until this point. So we won this trade. I figured price was going to buy up. It was grabbing a lot of liquidity here. So then when I share my screen and go back to the other screen here, go back to my trading view. Hopefully you guys can see my screen after this. So it looks like price is buying up again, and there's a possibility it might hit our first take profit here. So I'll pause this recording and see if it hits my take profit. If it does, cool. But if not, we still make money. So be right back. All right, so to give you guys an update, they're probably trying to mitigate 50% this area. If so, it might be respecting this area, and it might even go up further. Wouldn't be surprised. The But this was about a total of 496 pips from the entry that price went up to, and this is the highest point before price decided to reverse back down. So I mean, we would have really got a good decent bag had I stayed in. But I made $19 on the smallest sub position, so that was good. So, price bought up like we thought it would. As a possibility, it's a possibility it's probably going to mitigate maybe half of this, and then maybe push price up a little bit more. But for the sake of time, since we made money, I'm going to end this recording, and we'll attack this tomorrow. Possibly going to maybe trade for the next 2 days or so, because Christmas is almost here. So when it's around the holidays, that's when liquidity and price action gets real dry. So it's no sense of even trading. But we'll see how the market is tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, and we'll take it from there. So I'll see you guys in the next session, and let's get it. See y'all later.